Okay, hi there. My name is Thomas Parkinson, and I'm the owner and founder of Fast Track FBA. And today I want to just talk through the five things that I look for when I'm looking for a good supplier for our online arbitrage business. Now, while I do run Fast Track FBA, I am also an Amazon seller, and I've been doing that now for 3 years, and I've been doing six figures every year since we started. And there are a couple of stores that we use quite regularly, and I'd like to share them with you. But also as well, I'd like to just talk through what I look for in a good store that, should we say, makes a difference, that is a good arbitrage store for me. But before I start, what I just want to say is, if you like this kind of content and you want to know more, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. I do love a good thumbs up. It just lets me know that, hey, this is the right kind of stuff that you're looking for, and obviously I can do more of that. And then also as well, if you've got any questions throughout, or even if you just like it and want to say that, be sure to give me a nice comment down here. So drop in, hey Tom, loving the video, or what do you think about this store? I come back to all the comments and I'll let you know my thoughts. And then finally, obviously, if you want to see more of this kind of content as it comes out, be sure to click subscribe, and I think that's this side. So click the subscribe button, nice big red subscribe button, and obviously you'll get notified the moment we release more videos. So let's get started. Now, today I want to talk about the 5 things that I look for when I am looking for a new arbitrage store, or should we say, choosing my top arbitrage stores. So the first things first is, what I'm really looking for is generally the stores will be quite big, well-known brands. This gives me security in the fact that they are, they're sourcing in such volumes that everything's going to be legitimate, but also as well, because they're such a large known, well-known brand, that the seller itself, they're going to be buying so much they can command massive discounts, and in turn they can command or pass them on to me. But also, what does that mean? It means that I can get access to a very big range of products. Now, it might not just be things like toys and games, which most people go for. It could be home and kitchen, electrical, beauty products. They're generally going to be big mainstream brand stores because they also have access to the manufacturer direct. So by doing that, they're getting great discounts, and also they're passing that on to me. So what am I really looking for? I'm looking for a store. So for number one, I'm looking for a store with a large range of products. Because they've got a large range of products, they're generally going to have big bulk buying power, and that means they're going to be competitive in their pricing. So the other thing I look for, so number 2, when I'm looking for a good arbitrage supplier for my business, is I'm looking for someone who, should we say, they have a sale or a clearance section that I can go through straight off the bat, jump into, and these are going to be an area of their website that I'm going to look at that is going to tell me, this is where generally I'm going to find some discounted deals. And the reason why I like this is I can jump straight into this section, I can have a look at it, and I can probably spend half an hour to an hour, and hopefully I should find some deals straight away. And that's going to tell me, just by how many deals I find, that if I can find 2 or more deals in that first hour in that clearance section of just doing some manual sourcing, that this is going to be a site that I want to spend some more time on. But if I'm going in there and I'm looking at their clearance section, or I'm looking at their sales section, and I'm not finding 2 deals in that first hour, I'm going to start questioning, hey, are these sales really that good, or is the clearance prices that good? Because you know what, in my business, I need to be getting products cheap so that I can resell them at what the market is paying. Now, if their prices aren't cheap, I'm not going to be able to resell them and make a profit. So I need to make sure that, number 2, they have a clearance section and a sales section, that generally what I'm going to see is I'm going to be able to get at least 2 deals per hour, or in that first hour of me sourcing, which then just gives me the confidence that I should spend some more time on that site to see what other deals I can find. Now, number 3, the one thing I really look at as well is they should have cheap, or if not free, delivery, and it should be quick. The one thing about the Amazon arbitrage business is there are so many other costs. We want to keep these costs down. I literally want to pay for my products, get them shipped to my warehouse, or if it's you at home, and I know exactly how much I pay, and I can calculate that in. I can calculate that into my business. But when we have really high fees for shipping, I then got to calculate that into the profit that I'm going to be making on the product, and all of a sudden what was a really good ROI, now you have the shipping in, now it doesn't, and it doesn't really become worthwhile. So for me, having free shipping makes it great, and also no minimum spend, that's even better. But free shipping or very low cost, I quite like that. But then the other one is fast. I want it to be fast. Like in this business, I put in £1 today, and I know my business, 8 weeks time, I'm getting that £1 back, and I'm going to get it back with the ROI that I work towards, that my accounts tell me. So that means that I have an 8-week turnaround time. Now if I can get next day shipping, that keeps that 8 weeks down. But if it's going to take a week, 2 weeks to ship, that means my 8 weeks now comes 9 weeks or 10 weeks. And that just means more time that my money is having to, is not working for me. It's stuck in the process. And what I want to do is get my products from my supplier, my arbitrage supplier, to my prep center or to your house, if that's what you're doing, as quickly as possible. So for number 3, I'm looking at cheap or low cost shipping, but also quick. I want it really quick. So for me, number 4 is, what I'm really looking at is I want them to be able to allow me to have large orders. Now, the one thing which you don't want to do is you don't want to spend time finding a new supplier and then you find some deals, which is great. And then the problem comes is that you start placing the orders and they all start getting rejected or they start getting cancelled. Sorry, we don't allow resellers. Hey, most websites will probably say you can't buy for resale, but they'll still allow you to order £5,000 worth of stock. So, hey, we don't mind, we understand that. But it's the websites where you're ordering £50, £100, maybe 3 or more of a product, and then they block it. This just isn't worth it. You're spending your time on a website or on a supplier which doesn't want to take your money, and that is basically the moment you've done all the sourcing, you found all the great deals, you put them into your basket, and now you've gone to check out and pay, and you're like, great, and then you get that email 24 hours later, sorry, we've cancelled your order, it doesn't follow our terms and conditions. Get rid of them. Don't use that supplier, because that supplier is just wasting your time, and you should really be spending that time that you've spent on that supplier on someone who actually wants your money and that you can grow your business with. You cannot scale, you cannot grow this business on a supplier who does not want to have your money or does not want to allow you to, who doesn't want to take your money for you to buy their products. So don't use them. Use someone else. So for me, number 4 is I want a supplier which will allow me to place multiple orders or large orders that allow me to help grow my business and scale. And then the final thing that I'm looking for when I look for any supplier that I want to use for my business is number 5. Generally speaking, I want them to have sales. So while they might have a sales section, I want them to have big sales. A couple of times a year, I want to be seeing things like 50% off, 3 for 2 deals, loads of different opportunities that I can jump in there, and at a certain time, they might have some products which are okay on their normal pricing, but at this time of year, they are really, there is a lot of opportunity to buy from them. And as a result, what happens is I now know that they're a supplier which has great deals, but now these deals are already discounted even more. Great. I can get quick delivery, and also as well, I can get bulk ordering because I know that already. So, and also they have a massive range of products. So now they've got all the first 4 criteria that I'm looking for, and you know what they've gone and done? They've reduced their price even more, so they could buy a regular sale, and that now allows me to get in there and just buy. And that allows me to grow my business massively to new heights, because what I'm looking for are products, or should I say products which are discounted through these sales. So for me, they're the 5 things I look at when I'm looking for a new supplier, and if I just recap what they are. Number 1, I'm looking for a large range of products from the supplier. Number 2, I'm looking for them to have like a sales section or a clearance section that I can source through initially and get 2 deals in the first hour of sourcing to give me the confidence that they are a good supplier that I want to examine more and spend more time on. Number 3, I'm looking for cheap or low cost and quick delivery from the supplier. Number 4, I want my supplier to be allowing me to make bulk orders. Maybe putting in £1,000, £2,000 into a basket and shipping it, that isn't going to be a problem and doesn't get rejected. And then number 5, I want that supplier to have sales, big sales, where I can then take advantage of all these first 4 and now at a better price. So for me, from Thomas Parkinson at Fast Track FBA, that is a little bit about what I look for when I'm looking at new online arbitrage suppliers. But for you, if you like this content, give me a good thumbs up, because I really love that, and it just tells me that this is the kind of content that you're liking, and obviously I can do more videos like this for you to help you in your arbitrage business, because hey, this is what I've done for a number of years now. And then number 2, give me some comments. If you like it, just say, hey Tom, love it, or what do you think about this store? I'll have a look at some stores and give you my thoughts on them, so feel free to drop them down here. And then finally, if you want to see more of this, be sure to click the subscribe button. I think that's down here. And then what I'll do, every time I get a new video, you'll automatically be notified and you'll be able to see that information and obviously watch any next content. And obviously you'll be able to comment and say, hey Tom, I'd love to see a video about this, and obviously I can record that and help you in your Amazon journey. But anyway, from me, Thomas Parkinson at Fast Track FBA, thank you very much.